Hey everybody, what's happening? Welcome, it's Sunday night. I'm caught up in cables, but it's Sunday night. How are you feeling today, Heather?
Better than yesterday.
Meh? You're feeling very meh?
Yeah, stop shouting.
Meh?
Stop. Seriously.
I wonder often how people do, like Jetta and a lot of these other guys who do this alone, and they sit behind the camera and they make these videos.
I couldn't do it.
I often wonder how the hell they do it, because I am such a conversationalist that I cannot sit here and stare at the camera and talk to myself. I just couldn't do that.
Yeah, we all know how that works when I do it.
Yeah, well, you tell long ass stories and you never stop, but it's okay. You don't know. Sometimes you don't have a governor. You just continue to go and go and go. But sometimes it turns out and it's fun and it's a good time. I can't complain too much. But how they do it alone,
I couldn't.
I couldn't either. Fuck that.
I know you couldn't.
You know what I'm saying? No, I've tried. You don't think I could do this by myself?
No.
Yeah, neither can I. I don't believe that either. Well, it's Sunday. My son reminded me tonight that we're only 10 days away from Christmas. I believe tomorrow is 10 days. It's 10 days from tomorrow.
10 days from today.
Is it 10 days from today or tomorrow?
Yeah, it's the 15th today.
Okay, so 10 days from today. So we are right around the corner. Hopefully you guys are getting your Christmas shopping done. I know that I have one more item I have to buy, and I am finished, thank God. I'll be done. It's a lot of stress. And I was out today buying other shit, and I was wondering if I had to go out and buy everything today, how could I possibly do that? You know, now I actually feel like I could do this alone, because you're not even looking at me and having a conversation with me now.
I'm listening to you.
Now I understand how Jetta does this. Now it's starting to make sense.
Okay.
So the big question of tonight's live show, hunting videos and are they lame? Hunting videos and are they lame? And that question pops up because we made a hunting video that was a week in the making. I ran around recording a bunch of different stuff, Walmarts and Barnes & Noble and Target. Or you ever hear people say Target?
Yeah, I don't like when people say that.
I think that's stupid. Don't call it Target. But I recorded all these videos, finally compiled them all together, and Heather and I did almost like a commentary over my hunting, which was a lot of fun. It was very simple. It was an easy edit process for me today. We didn't post anything last night. We usually post at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. I think I'm going to change our schedule around a little bit because we do not have enough time, at least right now. We are just booked solid all the time. And Heather's very busy because of work and all that kind of jazz. Ugh. But I always thought personally, and by the way, we actually have a gift here from one of our good pals.
Okay, listen, you need to finish a thought.
I'm going back. I'm just saying. I'm letting them know what's happening.
Oh, you're right. You couldn't do it by yourself.
A little bit later on, we're going to open this gift from our good pal, Jock Morgan. He dropped it off at our house around back. He did not put it out front so it could be porch pirated, as we had talked about last week.
That reminds me of that scene in Chuck and Larry with the gay, what is it? Postman?
Oh, yeah.
Where he says, I always deliver. I'll enter through the back door.
Whoa!
And stuff like that.
Wow.
I love that scene. That's my favorite scene of the whole movie.
I don't even remember that movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
That's how I remember literally just the title. I don't remember anything about that film.
Oh, it's so good.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's where Adam Sandler and the guy
Kevin
James, they pretend to be lovers for, I think, insurance purposes or something. It's hilarious.
That sounds pretty good.
I love it. So,
hunting videos at the very beginning of the Gasslecast, the whole idea was that we would do a podcast. That's how the Gasslecast began, talking about movies. And then we eventually started doing unboxing type of stuff. The idea of going out and hunting didn't really come up when we first started all this. It was not something I expected to do on a regular basis. And I didn't want to copy off other people. Like, that's the one thing. I mean, no matter what we do, we're going to. But I didn't want to just do a hunting video just like everybody else. You know what I mean? Because I could go out and do hunting videos 5 days a week, and we could rack up a bunch of different views. But for me, there's no substance there. However, today, when we recorded all that stuff and Heather and I talked over top of it, that might sound kind of like, maybe some people could say it's like, why would I feel this way? It's lame that I feel this way. I just feel like it's easier to watch. Like to hear what we think about what I'm seeing. Me walking around the store and being like, well, look at this, and okay, and moving boxes around and stuff, and then putting music behind it, to me is just boring. And I've done that before. Like, I've made videos like that before. I'm not going to do that again. I'd rather do the commentary. It's much better to hear what we think about it, even if our thoughts are stupid.
You know what would be cool is if Hot Topic came out with something really, really awesome and people were like dying to get this item and like we caught a fight on camera. I would love that.
Well, like we're in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, it's like a mosh pit, except we don't get beat up. It's other people. Because I can't handle that.
We're in the center of the storm, the eye of the storm.
Yeah, we don't get touched.
But I enjoyed it, and this week going out and hunting was kind of a different thing for me altogether.
Really?
Yeah, because typically you go out hunting during the weekdays, it's dead as doornail. But because it's Christmas time, shit was crazy. There was people everywhere. Now in the videos that I had recorded, you didn't see a lot of people, but the stores were saturated, just full of people. So it was a lot different than any other, I guess, hunt that I've ever been on. But I am glad. It seems like we're getting a lot of good feedback. Excuse me. So I'm glad people actually enjoyed what we did and posted up today. In fact, that was sort of like a last minute idea. Last weekend, I was like, I need to come up with something that I can move really fast. Because sitting behind this computer and editing, and Heather and I recording and then editing, sometimes it takes for fucking ever. Like it feels like it's never going to end. Then sometimes we have thoughts that are like way greater than we could actually do on camera. We don't have the type of equipment or the type of production to do it. And then we get ourselves like in too deep, and then we're like, well, let's just see what we can do, and we come up with it, and sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. We have a lot of hit and misses, I think. But I think this new one was good, and I want to continue doing that.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I go out, at least once a week. Especially at Target.
Just keep on recording.
Yeah.
Keep on recording.
But I never find anything good.
Hey, you pull that camera out, it might change everything. You just never know.
No.
You just never know. It could change it all.
There was a time when I walked into a Target and I saw two chases side by side.
Right.
Never gonna happen again. Never.
True, maybe. You never know. G-Man says that the hunting videos are lame, he thinks, but it depends on the people that are doing it. That's completely true as well. I've watched a lot of people who do these hunting videos, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it.
I personally cannot watch hunting videos. I don't like the cameras moving. I don't like watching someone else. Like, I would rather personally go to the store and do the hunting myself than watch someone doing it. To me, it is boring. But, I can record. And if other people want to watch it, that's fine.
Well, you also have to think about...
A lot of people find it interesting.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, this is data. Maybe people are learning, like, where to look.
Yeah, true.
Maybe people are learning about the shape of the boxes. Like, if you're finding stuff, you're like, oh my god, this is too much damage. People are like, oh my god, I never thought about that could be damage to something. You know what I'm saying? I also think that some people don't know what's out there, like in stores. Some people are too far away from some of these stores, so they cannot see them in person unless they want to drive like an hour. So I think it opens a door to a lot of things. Also, the thoughts from like you and I really from anybody. It's always interesting to hear what people's thoughts are when they're hunting or what they're buying or what they're interested in. That's obviously that's what makes a channel like this, right?
Yeah.
So us going out and I'm looking for a Star Wars figure and you're looking for some football dude. Like, other people might be like, well, fuck that. We don't care about those things.
Yeah.
But it's interesting watching us be excited about it. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I still don't like to watch them.
I
really don't.
Believe it or not, I don't watch very much YouTube. I did at one point in time. When I first started this, I used to watch YouTube all the time and watch, like, other YouTubers doing the Funko stuff and the toy stuff. I don't really do that much anymore. And I'll tell you why. And I really believe that is because we do it so much, and I'm constantly behind the screen here on the computer and putting shit together and connecting things up, that it's like I put myself in that boat all the time and rewatching what we do, that I really don't have to go out and watch anybody else. Like the other people, I mean, Jeddah every once in a while will catch something that he does, but
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll put it this way: I'm not hardcore on watching anything on YouTube other than Red Letter Media, because I love Red Letter Media. But that's it.
I watch some Funko and collectible related YouTube. Not a crazy amount, and I think it, like you said, I think it's because of what we do.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't do this,
channel-
I would watch other people's stuff more
Yeah.
often, I think.
There's channels that I subscribe. I mean, I'll watch a good like 5 to 10 videos a week, and that's it.
Yeah. But that's not hateful either. I think it
No,
also comes
absolutely
down
not.
to being time and all that. Like K&L Pop Hunters, especially if somebody posts on our Gasolcast group page,
That says new video. Check
new
me
video,
out or
I
whatever.
usually will click it. There's a couple of guys on there that'll post stuff.
Mhm.
K&L Pop Hunters is one that is like off the top of my head. But they'll post it and then I'll watch it there.
Mhm.
Because it just happens to pop up on my feed as I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
But I guess the point I'm getting at is I don't necessarily go out and look for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't go out and look for it. Because we talk about fucking toys all the time. By the way, I went to a toy show over the weekend. And can I just tell you that the toy show is everything. All toy show this toy show was, not all toy shows, this toy show. All this toy show was Star Wars. People, the older people, I think, who have all this Star Wars stuff from over the years, the last, however many years Star Wars shit has been out, they realize Star Wars is re-emerging again in the toys. So, Mark is saying it's anybody else's sound go off. It can't be us. Can't be us because I can hear me.
Okay, can you continue, please?
The toy show was full of Star Wars stuff. So, like I said, the older people have all this stuff that now they see that they could sell because Episode 9, Mandalorian, and then also that new video game that came out. So now is the time. What's the matter?
He muted us.
Oh, thank you, Mark. That's a good viewing. That's a good viewing experience. Muting us.
That really is.
But I did go to the toy show hoping I would find something cool Star Wars. My son actually found something cool Star Wars. He bought a ship. It
Yeah,
was
that's really
a
cool.
Jedi ship from Episode 2, I think it was.
He was so
$10.
excited about that thing.
$10.
He was like, "Here, I'm gonna be this guy, and you be this guy." And I'm like, "What does this guy do?" He's like, "Well, this guy's a good guy for you, but I'm the bad guy, so you need to shoot at me." I was like, "Okay."
I was shooting at him too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he likes people shooting at him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
He wants people to fight him. But anyway, the toy show was fun. I enjoyed it. I was there for 2 hours. I was able to get in a little early before everybody else, and that's not because favoritism. I actually went there and helped somebody set up.
Helped.
I did.
Mhm.
I did. Yes, I did.
You helped her because she didn't want to get in trouble.
No.
Yes.
No, they had
100%.
items. No, they had two big items that
100%.
they could not move without me.
She could have moved it. Betty's real strong.
No, she couldn't.
She's real strong.
She couldn't. It was huge.
Really strong.
In fact, it was a board. It's a game. It's like a
She's
big
really
board.
strong.
Hold on. It's a big board.
Mhm.
It's like 10 feet tall
Mm-hmm.
and about 4 foot wide.
Okay.
And what it is, it has like cutouts on it. It had Spider-Man and Green Goblin, and it was like you threw things through a hole. It was a game, like a carnival game.
Why did you load it into the
I
show
loaded
and not into our car?
I loaded them out and I sat them up against the door, and people would, as they're walking in, they could ask, "Hey, what the hell are these about?" But honestly, personally, who the fuck is gonna buy that? It was like hand painted. Like somebody
I think
made
that's
them.
cool.
I mean, I guess, but who wants that? I mean, I guess if you had some sort of game like place, or you had a carnival or something, I don't know who's using that. It was so weird. But anyway, I got in, I looked around. Max and I walked that toy show for about 2.5 hours. I'm surprised that he was able to make it.
He has an issue being bored. When he's bored, he doesn't want to do anything.
Right.
But if he's having a good time looking at toys, he's all about it.
Yeah. Well, my
I mean,
son's just like me because
yeah. You could have walked around around that toy show for 5 hours and he would have been totally cool, but you go into a grocery store for 10 minutes, my feet hurt.
Yeah. Well, he did.
I don't want to look at this lettuce anymore.
Well, he also got a spaceship and a couple action figures out of it. So I guess, it's okay. We're okay. I see here it says, G-Man says, my supply drop doesn't arrive until Friday.
Mine arrives on Tuesday. Justin said that he already got his, and I'm very jealous.
Wait a minute. So the supply drop is coming? Is this the winter one?
Yeah, I have it Tuesday.
I thought the last one was the winter. Why am I getting... Oh, okay.
Alpha is the winter one.
I know, but I thought it wasn't coming until, next year. Oh, so it comes Tuesday.
The last one I think was late. They were waiting
Okay.
on an item or something.
They're waiting on that
Probably
Funko
the Judith,
Pop.
yeah.
They're waiting on Judith.
So, can we talk about that a sec?
Oh, yeah, of course. Go ahead.
I am so excited to get it. The only item that I know for sure is in that box is the unmasked Alpha, because it's been everywhere, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris got home last night. He went out to a party with her friends. I felt like I was just gonna die. I felt
You're really sick.
miserable.
They get it.
I stayed home. I couldn't even watch TV. I couldn't. I turned the Grinch on to watch, and it hurt my head so bad. I had the headache from hell. So I had to just listen to it. It sucked. It was the worst thing ever.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm laying in bed. I'm asleep at this point. Chris walks in the door, gets into bed, and he's talking about this supply drop box. He's looking on his phone, and he's like, man, this is one of the coolest boxes I've seen in a long time. And I'm like, okay, don't tell me about it. He's like, no, you want to see?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Wrong. No, I
and
didn't.
I'm like, no. And then you spoiled something for me.
What did I say?
You said there's a blanket in there.
Yeah, there is.
I didn't want to know that.
Well, that's okay.
I didn't want to know that.
That's all right. It's not
No,
gonna
it's
kill you.
not.
Do you know what's on the blanket?
No, but I
Okay.
don't care. I didn't want to know that. I like to be 100% surprised if I can
You
help
already
it.
knew Alpha was in there. Come on, that's the best part of the whole box.
It doesn't matter.
Well, the box includes a lot of cool stuff. I was
Good.
kind of egging you on a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the coolest box ever. I will say that the items that are in the box are the most. They're all useful.
Good.
You will actually use them.
Unlike
Unlike some of the other boxes.
Yeah, unlike Carol's weird apron.
Yeah, the Carol's weird apron. Who
or
gives
Dale's
a shit about
RV.
that? Or Dale's RV.
It doesn't even come with Dale, does it?
No. You know what it came with?
A little chair.
Shame. That's what it came with.
That too.
Yep.
Shame.
But I am really,
Shame.
really excited
Shame.
to get that box.
I'm excited to get that box as well. But what's more exciting is that Jacques Morgan sent us a gift.
He didn't send it.
Or
He
dropped
delivered
off.
it.
He
dropped
delivered it at the back door.
at the back door.
Right.
He always delivers.
That's right.
He sends our mail first
He
class.
always delivers in the back door. Always. That's true statement.
I like the wrapping paper.
So the wrapping paper, if you can't see that, they're little. What are those guys?
They're avocados.
Avocado.
Chris doesn't eat avocados.
No.
And as a matter of fact, every time I used to get the imperfect produce box where they basically send you excess or ugly produce
Oh, look.
for cheaper than produce at the
We holiday together.
than produce at the store. And if Chris was home and he was the one to bring in the box, he would put my avocados in the fridge, and you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I did do that. I'm sorry. Do you want to open this?
And yeah,
This is very lightweight, by the way.
I told you, I said you can't put them in there because they need to ripen. And you said something about, well, I don't eat those, so I don't know what habitat they belong in.
Did I say that?
It was really funny. Okay,
I'm pretty funny.
sometimes. Can we
Well, the
save-
one thing I wanted to make mention was that, and I think I already said this, but the box is very light.
It is
like
very light.
abnormally light.
I'm saving the we holiday together part. Don't make it messy. Seriously.
Where is it?
See, right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's in another box. It's in a shirt box.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. What if it was something really inappropriate to show on here?
It's hard.
It's hard. Okay.
It's in the shape of something.
Is it appropriate?
This is pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
It's
That's
Papa.
awesome.
It's Papa from Ghost.
That is so cool.
It's the glow-in-the-dark Papa.
That's awesome.
He is awesome. So he's a reaction figure. These are cool. So they made 2 different versions of Papa that I'm aware of now. I think it's
That's so
this
cool.
one, the glow one, and the non-glow. And then this company also makes a lot of other cool figures. They have Slayer, Motorhead, and Ozzy Osbourne.
Do we have
Those
the
are cool.
Do we have the flashlight? Can we glow him?
It's around here somewhere. I could use this really bright one.
You're gonna blind me with
Huh?
that. Can you turn the lights off?
Oh,
Ah!
oh, he is very bright. You can see
Oh,
it.
never
Look
mind.
how bright he is.
We don't need to turn the lights off.
Yeah, he's really bright.
That's
hold
so
on.
cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacques.
Aw.
Jacques awesome. Jacques is amazing. Man, that is bright. That's a bright ass action figure.
He's
My
always
God
looking
in
out
heaven.
for us.
He's
so
always
sweet.
looking out for us. Jacques is a cool guy. We met him a couple years ago at one of the meets, if you
Yeah.
remember. And we quickly became friends with him. He's been on one of our lives with us before, which I kind of want to talk about that for a second since we're on that topic. Jacques being a cool guy and a very fun, we called it our interview series, and we did that for a while. Mexican Reviews is here. He was on at one point. Thomas Studholm is here. He was on there at one point. K&L Pop Hunters, they were here, or now K&L Collectibles, rather. They were here as well for our interview, or on Skype. I want to go back to doing that. So 2020 is sort of the year of doing more of the interviews. And I might do this in a little bit more restrictive than we did it before. The way we did it before was we do one every Friday. I think it was every Friday, and it went on for months, actually. And then we just stopped abruptly, just stopped. And I think what I want to do is maybe do one every 2 weeks on a random Wednesday or Sunday, like we do tonight, our lives, and fill one of our lives with that. Because if you remember, we were doing one live and we were doing interview.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Which I like.
Yeah, it was something like that. So it then turned into 2 lives during
Yeah.
the week. So it'll mix things up if we do the interview series. So here's the thing I can tell you. If you want to come on and do the interview series stuff with us, where we talk about all things collectible that you love, we talk about really anything. Let us know. Reach out to us on Instagram at Gassocast, or reach out, email gassocast@gmail.com. We'll get something set up for the new year, and we will make a plan. We'll have it all planned out, and have you come on, keep a calendar like we did before. Oh, thank you. There's Jacques.
Jacques
Thanks, man.
here. I was gonna message him out of the after the live, but I guess I
Yes.
don't have
Thank
to.
you, Jacques. You're awesome, by the way. You're fucking awesome.
You can say that now.
So we'll do the interview series. Yeah, the interview series will be even more fun because we can curse on there and we could talk like real adults,
Oh man, I can't wait to have Mark back.
real trashy adults.
Mexican Reviews. I've heard him say a few curse words.
One or two.
I've heard him say more than 2.
But if you want to come on with us and talk to us about anything, all things, mainly collectible stuff, because I think that's fun. We talk about that, that's what the channel's about, so that's what it should be about. But we can get into movies. At one point, Heather had 3 random questions that we would select, and it would kind of break up the monotony of the interview. So let's talk about it. If you're interested, Gassocast on Instagram at Gassocast, gassocast@gmail.com. So reach out to us, let us know. So we were talking about, because Popping Off Seattle actually brought it up. So toy hunting, huh? LOL. So we talked about toy hunting. Is it lame? Well, I talked about this at the beginning of the video. We'll talk about it a little bit more as well. What's the matter? Oh, you want this?
You
Sorry.
can't take like a quiet
No, I
cue,
can't- I
can you?
cannot
I'm
take
trying
any
not
cue.
to like
I can't take any cue.
bother you.
You like.
Jacques wants to come on.
Oh.
Mark wants to come on. Mark, you can come over anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
We would love to have the both of you.
Yes, that would be awesome, Mark.
Hold on, before you get into that, very interesting topic came up. Justin said, I'm a sucker for glows. I wish the Hot Topic Papa glowed, even though it doesn't make sense. I just like glows. Kate L said, glow never needs to make sense. I agree. Glow in the dark pops don't need to make sense. Flocked pops need to make sense. Glow do not. I think
Yeah.
they announced that they're coming out with a flocked Squirtle. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Flocked Squirtle?
A flocked Squirtle. Have you ever seen a fuzzy turtle?
That sounds like something you'd find on Urban Dictionary. And it
Yeah.
has something to do with a condom.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
Can I give you a fuzzy turtle?
Hey.
No, Glow doesn't necessarily need a reason.
No.
I think in over the years with toys and collectibles, there was always a possibility of a Glow variant, and the Glow variant, even in action figures when I was growing up, it didn't really matter. It just some would glow, and I think that's okay. You're right. The flocking, on the other hand, should be. Flocking works for characters like who's the Krampus, like
Yes.
that. It works for that one, right? But the birds, it doesn't really work for,
No.
in my opinion.
I hate that.
Although I do like the rabbit back here, the Energizer rabbit. By the way, you notice this whole thing has moved over? It like shifted. It's not even in between us anymore. It's moved. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Anyway, the rabbit here is flocked. That makes sense too. I like
does
that.
make sense.
If we got a Glow Papa, I'd be
Jesus
really
Christ,
happy about
Mark.
that. What?
Oh, God.
What?
Read what he just said.
Fuzzy turtle can be when you shave pubic hair off and then glue it to the condom and then use it. You're welcome. Oh. That's
That would
it.
make
You know
a
what? I'll
great
be honest
fuzzy,
with you.
fuzzy turtle.
I think you should go over to Urban Dictionary.
Submit that.
You should submit it, and then you need a certain amount of votes in order for it to be an Urban Dictionary quote. Because I have a couple.
I do too.
Yeah, I have the Baltimore City Transfer. So if you have any interest in looking that one up, Baltimore City Transfer is mine, and
Justin,
also, Eater Candle is my other one.
oh, Justin, you're right. I did say that Nessie should not glow because it didn't make sense.
I like that Nessie glows, though. That would be
But
super
she
fucking cool.
doesn't.
No, but no, you just said yourself that it doesn't matter.
That matters.
Let's talk about a subject that we can yell about.
Okay, what's that?
Let's talk about, we talked about at the beginning of the video, or beginning of this, the hunting videos. We talked about how we don't really watch hunting videos. How many people in this chat right now, there aren't that many, there's 19 of you, how many of you guys like to watch hunting videos? Do you enjoy watching hunting videos? Do you like hearing what people have to say? Do you just fast forward through the hunting videos? Like you want to get to the good parts? Like how do you operate with the hunting video? Like sitting down and watching Heather and I right now live, talking and bullshitting with you is fun because we can communicate. Then on the videos where we're showing you stuff, for the most part, we try to be a little funny and give you something to laugh at, even if it's just my face. But on a hunting video, we're running around, and let's put it this way. Hunting videos where it's just somebody hunting with music behind it. Do you give a shit about that? Oh my god, Zach Bonifer coming in hot. Fuck it. Metallic glows. Zach Bonifer, you got a mouth on you, boy. You see that?
Yeah.
He's using the F word, baby.
know.
What's going on?
It's
Zach Bonifer.
13 and up in here.
So Kate L does. Kate, I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you in a non-sexual way. I don't know why I said that. Kate L, if you watch the videos with the music behind them and enjoy them,
She said she doesn't want music.
you don't want music. So do you want commentary like we had given you on the newest video, or maybe you don't know? I'm sure there's other videos like the one we did today. I'm not saying we're the only ones, but I thought that was more interesting. But do people want to watch them and have no sound, like just the sound of the store? Like, is it like that ASMR or whatever the fuck that was? Was it ASR?
ASMR. Ew, don't.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, I personally don't like that. I don't like to watch a hunting video because it's always a big question mark. Am I going to find this? Well, I have to watch the whole freaking video to see if they do or
Right.
not.
Yeah.
I don't like that. If one of my friends tells me, "Oh, I found this in the wild today," I want to know every single detail. I want to know if you had to fight somebody for it, where it was located, was it behind a
You
bunch of
already
rocks?
have openly said you want to see a fucking fist fight in the hunting video.
I do.
Like we should stage a fight in. We should do a video and have somebody come bursting through into the pop section. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
That would be awesome.
If it
We'd
were
get
real, it'd be a
kicked
lot
out.
better. Yeah, we'd get kicked out. You know, there are some stores that people are basically told they can't record in. I believe Top Pops had an issue with something like that, where they're
Yeah.
like, "You can't record here."
And
I-
was it Greg that got kicked out of somewhere?
It was somebody, but or no, it
Ken?
might have been Kent or something. But
don't
that's
remember. That
also
was a bit ago.
that's also bullshit. I don't know. I guess if you record inside of a store and you catch something that could be a hazard that they've been trying to cover up, I could see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
there's something in the floor that could be like an OSHA violation,
Yeah.
they don't want that showing up online. But I never say what stores we're in. I just say they're local to us. Right? So I'm not
Yeah.
like, it's this one located here.
Well, to me, if a store kicks me out of somewhere, I would be like, well, this MFer just kicked me out. I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole kicking out of the store thing's fucking weird to me. I don't get that. No, not really. Popping off Seattle says, no, not really. Not if they have to play music. The playing music that... You done?
I had to sneeze.
The playing music thing is such bullshit. I've tried to do that a couple times, and it's just loud music of like panning through stuff. I get nothing from that, and I've watched my own a couple of times, even while I'm making them, and I'm like, this does not work at all. Like it just sounds and looks like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not on board with me.
I am on board with you.
Kent and Jetta got kicked out of the same store. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never had that problem. I've never had a problem where I've recorded somewhere and got... Oh, I'm wrong.
You did get
I
yelled
went
at
to
one
Monster
time.
Mania one time, and I was recording stuff.
Thank
you. Look at
you.
these gentlemen. Zach Bonifer went
Mark
from
and
saying
Zach.
fuck to bless you. Look at this.
The real MVPs, thank
The
you.
real MVPs. I went to Monster Mania. And Bez. I went to Monster Mania, and I was recording some guy's booth because he had like these cool like artsy pieces, and I was just recording, kind of showing what different things he had, and it was basically all it was footage to cut in and out of when I was making my final video. This guy runs over and he puts his hand in the camera and he's like, "You can't do this! You can't record! I didn't give you the okay! Look, there's a sign!" And there was this little miniature sign. I mean, I don't even know, it might have been like this big, like just hanging on something. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'll delete it. It's not that big of a deal. He's like, no, I just don't need anybody recording stuff. And then he went in to explain to me that he didn't have the rights over whatever he was doing, and that somebody else had recorded or taken a picture, and he was getting people wanting to sue him over him using like
That
crafts
happens
and
a
making
lot.
shit. So I'm thinking to myself, well then, dude, why don't you go out and do the right thing and sell your shit properly instead of getting mad? Because who's to say people aren't walking around with like little cameras on their jacket and showing his face and the whole, you know what I mean? Like I just find that to be so fucking stupid. If you're gonna go, here I am on a rant now. If you're gonna go and you're gonna be in a convention floor, you're gonna be in a convention floor, everything you're showing should be allowed to be on video. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
What did I just say?
You said you should be allowed to record anything that's on a show floor.
Man, I didn't think you'd have that. I thought for sure you wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Sorry, I was having a really weird pain.
Oh, okay. But do you agree with me on that, though?
Yes,
I'm
I
not.
agree
I'm
with
not
you.
crazy.
You're not crazy, but what he's doing is he's protecting his.
Oh, I
thing
know
from being
exactly
shut
what he's
down.
doing. But he should.
But
I
it's
wouldn't be
shady.
doing that shit and selling that shit if I knew that if somebody took a picture of me and the stuff and said shit, that I would get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be there doing it,
Yeah.
even if I needed the money real bad. Why not sell them online somewhere? Well, I guess he would get in trouble for that. Craigslist, that son of a bitch.
Right?
There were these cool things, though. They were like these little pictures, and they were like 3D. It was like, they looked like little movie posters, and they were 3D. So it was like Jason, like, coming out of the movie poster, but they were only about this big, and he wanted like $70 for each one of them. And some of them had lights in them.
Yes.
They were really cool. They're really, really cool. But, like, I'm going to go start filming from right after a shower to the drive, the walk, and the checkout. Yeah, I mean... Mark, it's so simple. Anybody, obviously, I don't know if you're joking or not, if you're being serious.
I
but
don't
it's-
like there you have this thing right here and
Yes.
you're moving around so much and it's shining the light into my eyes. Like
Oh my god,
occasionally.
Heather, are you
No,
serious?
no, it's not like a constant light. I'd be fine if it were constant, but because you're moving it, it feels like a freaking strobe light.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yes.
It's easy. All you have to do is go and pick up your, or pick up your phone, take it to the store, and just start recording. And then now they have all that on your phone. I don't know how people fucking do that. That is absolutely